Oh, you're at school.
Yes,
Yes, I am. I'm in the classroom.
Good for you. That's a good place to practice.
Oh, how wonderful. I can't believe it. Yeah. It's time to start class. There we even see beautiful Nikki. Hi, Nikki.
Hi, Amy.
So we look like a Brady Bunch here, a Brady Bunch square on my gallery screen. So let me meet everyone. Mute all. Okay. Rabbit, October 1st, full moon. Lots of stuff energetically going on. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to ABC Yoga. So we're going to start this morning on our backs. Now, if you have a brick, Ringo's joining us as well. If you have a brick, we've done this in class before. It has 3 levels. We're going to just warm up the lower back. So you can take your brick or maybe even a book. Going to lift your bottom and on the sacral area, not up here on the back, but down at that triangle bone. We want to gently support. You can have the knees connect. You can open them up, turn the palms up towards the sky. If you don't have a brick, two options this morning, Supta Baddha Konasana, or just find yourself in Shavasana. So I invite you to find a posture that is comfortable, but allows you to slowly warm up the body. So good morning again. Let's just get settled. Let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Let it out. Again, inhale. Nice long exhale. So just settling in. We have some people joining in. So we're using a brick this morning on our sacral area. If you don't have a brick, just find Shavasana or Supta Baddha Konasana. We're turning our palms up towards the sky. Let's just take a quick body scan here from the crown of the head, weaving through the face. We soften our jaw, the root of the tongue, softening through the shoulders. The hands and arms are heavy. Going through the torso, the belly, the pelvic region. Just scanning through the thighs, down through the calves, the feet, and out through the toes. Let's take another full breath in. Gently release it out. And if you used a brick, kindly put it to the side, and we'll stretch our arms up overhead, out through the fingertips, out through the toes. Take a beautiful long stretch. And then we'll gently hug our knees into our chest. Wrap your arms around your legs, and let's draw our forehead towards our knees. Soften your shoulders down the back. And we'll take our head and shoulders back on the floor, hands behind your knees, and rocking just 2 or 3 rocks, warming up that spine. And we'll find a comfortable seated position. So I'm going to welcome Becky and Sally and Dawn joined us as well. So resting your hands on our thighs, we're going to do a circle with our spine. So we did this last week. We'll inhale, we'll rotate towards the front with our breath. Inhale. On the exhale, you concave the belly and making big, long rotations. Inhale. Exhale, concave, rotate around. Breath in. Rotating, exhale. Let's take 2 more revolutions in this way. Your sits bones are rooted. You're really warming up that spine and the side bodies, and we'll change directions. Inhale towards the front. Rotate around, exhale. Breath in, breath out. 2 more. Inhale. Hi, Celia. Exhale. And 1 more. We'll rotate around and find our way into neutral. Soften the shoulders. And we'll take a few revolutions with our head before we start moving. So Chin towards our chest. Right ear, right shoulder. Let's open up the throat. And take our left ear towards our left shoulder. Then follow that revolution around. Just allowing the head and neck to do the movement. Don't add the body. Eyes can be soft or closed. And we'll come back to neutral and we'll take the other direction. So chin towards our chest, left ear, left shoulder. Open up the throat. Right ear, right shoulder. And we find that rotation around. Finding that breath. We'll take that last revolution. We'll come back to center. Keeping your eyes soft or closed. Let's bring your hands to your heart center. I'm setting a prayer, intention, or a dedication of your practice this morning out into the world. So whatever comes right up to the surface, just acknowledging that. Nice, and we'll flutter our eyelids open. Releasing your hands, and let's just come onto our hands and knees. Just a few cat-cows with your own breath count. Just undulating that spine, really spreading those fingers wide, pressing the shins and the tops of the feet to the mat. And we'll tuck our toes under, lift those sits bones, and find our first downward dog of the morning. So just bending the knees, warming up the calves, opening up the arches of the feet. Just shake out that head. Dawn, we acknowledge that this is your 2nd year anniversary for your double knee surgery. So glad to have you part of the practice. And we'll walk our feet to the tops of the heels of our hands. Let's heel toe those feet together. Find that halfway lift. Reach your heart towards the front of your space. On an exhalation, soften the knees, crown of the head towards the floor. Shake out that head. We find that halfway lift. Navel is engaged. Forward fold. Crown of the head towards the earth. 2 more, moving with your breath, make it a meditation. Find that beautiful length through the spine. We soften the knees as we forward fold. And last time, full breath in, find that length. Exhale, crown of the head towards the floor, soften through the knees. Now ride that breath all the way up, lines of energy out through the fingertips. Let's cactus the hands, lift the heart, shake out that head. Full breath in, nice, and forward fold, Uttanasana. We find that halfway lift. Step or jump those feet back, holding in high plank. So shoulders over those wrists. Now puff up the back body a couple of inches. Engage all those muscles and open up the arches of the feet. Imagine you're peering over your mat. So you charge those muscles, hug everything in for 3. Pressing the palms into the earth, straighten through those elbows for 2. And on 1, downward dog. Sits bones lift, eyes towards the back of the mat, shake out that head. Inhale to high plank again. You've got that feet's distance, or hips distance with your feet, excuse me. Finding that foundation. Now let's lift that right foot off the mat and take the right knee to the right shoulder. Take the leg back to the earth. Alternating left knee, left shoulder. Still finding that plank. Your shoulders are still right over those wrist creases. Just alternating those knees. 3 more time on each side. We're breathing. Last 2. Really warming up the body this morning on 1. Left knee, left shoulder, downward dog. Eyes towards the back of the mat. Shake out the head, swallow a few times. A full breath in. A full breath out. Now take those toes in the center line. Inhale to high plank. 5 counts to lower to the mat. Elbows hug in, heart stays lifted. You're floating through space. 5, 4, elbows hug in. 3, maybe pause here. 2, all the way to the mat on 1. Untuck your toes. Your hands are in line with the chest. Let's start with our forehead on the floor and just move from the back of the heart. Lift the shoulders, baby cobra. Elbows hug in, tops of the feet root, forehead to the floor on the exhale. So letting go that it's not supposed to be a certain height, just find that first area of resistance. Breath in, breath out. 2 more, we find that beautiful inhale, elbows squeeze in, exhale down. Last full breath in, maybe take the hands off the mat, forehead to the floor on the exhalation. Now tuck those toes under. In 1 breath, we press through high plank. Gorgeous, downward dog, exhale. Inhale that right leg high. Step it forward into warrior 1. Back heel on the floor and rise. Soften those shoulders down the back. Melt those hips, track that right knee over the right ankle. Another breath in, hands to the floor. We take that right leg back, high to low plank, a cobra or up dog, downward dog, exhale, eyes towards the back of the mat. Extend that left leg up and step it forward, warrior 1. All the way up with that inhalation, draw that left hip back, right shoulder forward. A full breath here, hands release, find your vinyasa, left leg back, high plank to low, a cobra or upward dog, downward dog, exhale, pause and breathe. Let's just shake out that head and shake it up and down, swallow a few times, really begin to deepen that breath. We're riding that breath throughout the practice. Another full inhale. Complete that exhalation. Bend the knees, step or hop to the top. Halfway lift. We fold forward on the exhalation and rise. And cactus and extend. Beautiful, and fold. Moving with your breath, halfway lift. We step or jump those feet back, high to low plank. Take your time. Cobra or up dog. Beautiful. Downward dog. Exhale, eyes towards the back of the mat. We extend that right leg high. Step it forward, warrior 1. And rise. Let's open into warrior 2. Drop into those hips, soften the shoulders down away from your ears. So tracking that right knee, let's everyone find a deeper bend in that right thigh. Outer edge of that back foot is rooting you. Let's go a little deeper. 1 more breath, can you go a little deeper? Now reverse your warrior, full breath in, eyes towards the outer edge of that back foot. Let's snake that left hand behind the body. Fan those right ribs open and keep tracking that right knee towards the front of the space. Gorgeous. 1 more inhale. On an exhale, hands to the mat. We take that right leg back. High to low plank. Cobra or upward dog. Pause here. Tops of the feet are rooted. Your thighs are off the floor if you're in upward dog. Now just roll over the toes, eyes towards the back of the mat, downward dog. Extend that left leg high. We find warrior 1 and rise. And blossom into warrior 2. So drop into those hips, tracking that left knee towards the left pinky toe. Everyone walk those left toes more to the front of your mat. Hug the muscles to the bones. Now engage that navel in and up towards the spine. Drop a little deeper. We're breathing in and out through the nose. Soft eye gaze. Another breath here. Let's reverse our warrior. So breathing into those left ribs, you're fanning those ribs open. We'll snake that right hand for some of you into that left hip crease. Now let's go a little deeper in that left thigh. That knee is headed towards the left pinky toe. Keep the posture safe. One more full in-breath. On an exhalation, we'll take the hands to the floor, our left leg back. High to low plank. A cobra or up dog. A downward dog, exhale. Eyes are soft, breath is steady. Play with a soft bend in the knees. Press your chest a little closer to the thighs. Now where your hands are, externally rotate the shoulders so they're spinning away from your head or neck. Can you draw those heels a little closer to the floor? Steady breathing. Now extend that right leg up towards the sky again. We'll find warrior one. A little faster, ride that breath up. We open into warrior two. Reverse the warrior with the inhale. Now hands cycle to the floor. We'll find our vinyasa. High to low plank. A cobra or up dog. Downward dog, exhale. Left leg lifted high. Warrior one. Try not to rush it, move with your breath. Open into warrior two. Find that reverse and hand cycle to the floor. Your vinyasa, high to low. So maybe go slower than you want to, cobra or upward dog. We'll meet in downward dog. We pause and breathe. Shake out that head again. Shake it up and down. Noticing everything that's connected with the floor. Hands are rooted, toes are spread wide. Let's play with a soft bend in those knees again. Press your chest a little closer to the thighs. Lift through those sits bones, eyes towards the back of the mat. Take another breath here. Complete that exhalation. We'll bend the knees, step or hop to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, forward fold. Now find that chair. Drop those hips, lift the arms up towards the sky. So if you have your brick, I'll invite you, you can take it between your thighs. That helps you find that connection with that core. If you don't have the brick, you'll get similar sensations. This just is waking up a different part of the body. So I'm squeezing those thighs with my brick, my thighs together against the brick. We're still drawing those shoulders into the sockets. Now drop those hips, our tail is tucking under. More weight is going into the balls of the feet. Now can you straighten through those elbows, start to draw those arms past your ears. Keep squeezing that brick, go a little deeper. We'll take our hands to heart center. Nice work. Crown of the head towards the floor. We find that halfway lift. We step or jump those feet back. High to low plank, cobra or upward dog, downward dog, exhale. One more time with that sequence. We lift the right leg high, warrior one. Ride that breath up. We open into warrior two, drop into the hips. Now reverse and cycle through your vinyasa. Hands to the mat, right leg back, high to low. A cobra or upward dog, downward dog, exhale. Other side, left leg extended high. Find warrior one. Ride that breath up. We open, reverse, and cycle through your vinyasa. Left leg back, high to low. A cobra or upward dog, downward dog. We pause and breathe. Steady breath. Eyes are wide. Our inhalation and exhalation are equal in length. So if my cadence of guiding you with my voice is a little fast or a little slow for you, we'll always end up here in downward dog. So following your rhythmic breath, let's take one more full inhale. Exhale the air completely. We bend the knees, step, hop, or just jump to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, fold forward on the exhalation, drop into that chair again. Arms reach up. So we'll take our hands, but on an inhale here, on an exhale, take the hands towards the back of the space, lift up those heels, squeeze those knees. Inhale, big breath in. Hands towards the back of the space, lift those heels, squeeze those knees together. 4 more like that, breath in. Lift those heels high, breath out. Last 3. We're breathing. Last 2. Hands towards the back of the mat, squeeze. And last 1, inhale, exhale, and back into chair. Drop into those hips, feeling those sensations in your thighs. We'll interlace our hands, turn the palms towards the front of the space, and find that Ardha Utkatasana. That flat tabletop. Now, if your head is looking, see if you can gaze a couple feet in front of you. That neck is part of your spine. You want to find that beautiful length. So we'll keep pressing our sits bones and hands in opposite direction. Now we're just going to lift those heels again. Really open up the arches of the feet. We're breathing here. Find that balance. We've got those Barbie feet for 3, for 2, on 1. Heels down, hands through heart center. Let's fold forward. Shake it out. Halfway lift. Step or jump those feet back with control. High to low plank. The cobra or up dog. Downward dog, exhale. Toes into that center line. We extend that right leg up towards the sky. Take the knee to the nose. Pause here and extend. Knee outside right shoulder. Pause. Maybe find a push-up. Extend that leg up. Draw the knee across the body. Take the knee towards the elbow or the shoulder. Extend that leg high. Step it forward, crescent lunge. You're on the ball of the back leg. Maybe modifying for some of you. Find that breath. Draw those shoulders back into the socket where our weight is into that front foot. We're on the ball of that back leg. Let's push off into Virabhadrasana 3. So let's keep our hands extended. I'm going to move out of the space here, blasting off. So you're finding that beautiful length from the toes out through the fingers, squaring the hips towards the earth, playing with the soft bend in that right knee. We're breathing here for 3, for 2, on 1, step it back into that high lunge, and we'll find our vinyasa. Hands to the mat, high to low. Take your time, a cobra or up dog, downward dog, exhale, eyes towards the back of the mat. We'll extend that left leg high. Exhale the knee to the nose, shoulders over the wrists. Big breath in, extend. Take the knee outside the left shoulder, pause here. Maybe find that connection. We extend, find that beautiful length. Take the knee outside that right shoulder or elbow. Maybe it connects. Now extend one more time and step it forward. That high lunge. Come all the way up. Again, modify if you need to. Now track that left knee over the left ankle. Draw those floating ribs back into the body. We're on the ball of the back leg. We're going to blast off into Virabhadrasana 3. So maybe keep those hands in front of you. Lift that leg, the height of your hip. A soft bend in that left knee. Breathing here, the toes are facing towards the floor. Now lift that right leg a little higher for 3. Find our balance here for 2. On 1, we find that step back through high lunge. Gorgeous. And cycle through your vinyasa. High to low. The cobra or up dog. Downward dog. Exhale. Let's walk our feet up towards the heel of our hands. Find those peace fingers around the big toes. Find that halfway lift. Elbows to the side, crown of the head towards the floor. Shake out that head. Shake it up and down. Still breathing here. The shoulders pull away from the ears. Imagine those shoulders are working their way towards the hips. Take a soft bend in the knees. Try to bring more weight into the balls of the toes. We want to stack the hips over the knees. Crown of the head is reaching towards the floor. Stay here. Option to go a little deeper. Slide the hands underneath the feet. Or I like to explore finding my hands behind the calves. Find the finger pads, the wrists, maybe the elbows. Just acknowledging, thanking the body this morning for all that it does for us. Just warming it up. Connecting with that breath. Take one more full inhale. We finish that exhale. Open up those knees slightly, and let's find our squats this morning. Malasana, good morning. Hands at heart center. Elbows on the inside of the knees. Slow down that breath. Feeling the sensations in the palms. Let's acknowledge that prayer, dedication, or intention we made at the beginning of class. Just acknowledge that. We'll flutter our eyelids open. Hands to the floor. Let's straighten through those legs. Heel toe those feet together and step into downward dog again. Eyes towards the back of the mat. We extend that right leg up towards the sky. Step it forward. We'll find our warrior 2. Drop into those hips and straighten that right leg. Triangle. Right fingers towards the front of the mat. Allow the hand to fall and extend that left hand high. Let's open up our shoulders. Lubricating the shoulder joints here. Kneecaps are lifted, really engaging those leg muscles. And let's take the opposite direction. As wide of circles as possible. This last revolution, take that left hand over the left ear. Let's invite that bottom hand to meet it. Find that core for 3. For 2. On 1, we blossom open. Find warrior 2 again. Straighten through that leg. Right toes in, left toes out. Warrior 2. Opening up the collarbones. Soft eye gaze over that left middle finger. Now straighten that left leg. Bump the hips and reach that left hand as far as you can. Pulling those bottom ribs towards the back of your mat. We drop the hand. Extend that right hand up towards the sky. So let's close our eyes for this one. Let's just feel it in space. We'll find those revolutions. So when we take our eyes out of the equation, what happens to your balance? Just feel the space energetically around you. Maybe you have a partner you're practicing with. Let's change direction. With your eyes closed, you know where they are. Find that breath. Let's slow it down. We'll stop this one with the right hand over the ear. So open up our eyes. Invite that bottom hand to meet it for 3. For 2. On 1. We come all the way up. Spin those left toes in. We've got a leg's distance here. Arms reach up. We'll bend that right elbow. Pausing here. That hand comes right between those shoulder blades. Now, those ribs puff out. Draw them back into the body. Imagine you're zipping everything up here. Steady breath. Slight bend in the knees, hinge from your hips. Take the crown of the head towards the floor. So shift weight into the balls of the feet. You can stay holding that elbow, now soften your face. Relax the jaw, the root of the tongue. We take one more full breath here. Complete that exhalation and slowly rise. Nice, we'll release that elbow. Hands come towards the thighs. And we find that breath. Full inhale. Sip in that new breath. Left elbow bends. The hand is coming right between those shoulder blades. Now relax your jaw. Notice if you're leaning forward, you want to draw those ribs back into the body. Where is the weight in your feet? So spread those toes wide. We'll take a slight bend in the knees. Hinge from your hips. Take your time. Swallow your breathing. Steady breath in and out through the nose. For 3, for 2, and on 1. We ride that breath all the way up. Nice, release the hands. And heel and just bend those knees and draw those heels in, drop into your hips. Cactus your hands out to the sides. So on an inhale, we straighten everything, squeeze those elbows in. Exhale, play that edge. Sit into that area right of resistance. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, soften. We breathe for 3, for 2, and 1. Elbows in, elbows out to the sides. Drop into those hips and we'll take our hands on our thighs. So draw that right shoulder towards the left side of your space, towards that left knee, back to neutral. Now change the left shoulder towards the right knee, back to center. So just alternating, back to neutral. Really reach that shoulder. 2 more on each side. Right shoulder towards the left knee. We alternate. Nice, last time. Really enjoy that stretch. We take that left shoulder towards the right knee. Cactus the hands. We lift that right heel off the floor. Little pulses, 5, 4. Got that straight spine, 3, 2, and 1. Right heel down, left heel, little pulses. Left heel lifts, pulse 5, 4. We're gonna keep that foot where it is. 3, 2, and 1. Now lift the other heel. We're balancing here. Extra credit, can you close your eyes? It's challenging. 3, 2, on 1. Heels down. Let's straighten those legs, release the hands. Just heel toe those feet together. Samastitihi, hands at heart center. Let's pause and breathe. Just letting go, coming back to that breath. Slowing everything down. 1 more full in breath. Complete that exhalation. We'll open up our eyes. October 1st, we're gonna find our dancer. Right elbow, right hip, left hand reaches high. Bend the knee, find the inner arch of that foot and squeeze those knees together. So let's just stay here for a few breaths. Maybe the knees connect. That left hand is lifted. Let's have the action start from that right foot. So the right toes are reaching up into the back of the space. Finding that eye level, one spot that you're gazing at. Take your time. Find that breath. 3 more breaths here. So the left fingers are coming right above the bridge of your nose. Breathing here for 3, pour it on. For 2, Ride that breath up on 1. Gorgeous. Hands to heart center, Samastitihi. Pause and breathe. Looking good, everyone. Nice, we'll come to the other side. So our left elbow towards our hip, right hand reaches high. Bend that left knee, find the inner arch, and squeeze the knees together. So that right hand is lifted. We're gonna start that action with the left toes up and towards the back of the space. Find that one space, eye level in front of you. You're breathing, kicking and breathing, reaching, spreading those toes wide. Let's pour it on for 3, for 2, and on 1. We ride the breath up. Gorgeous, hands to heart center. Samastitihi, let's release our hands, roll those shoulders open. Finding that breath. We'll change our direction. Split your feet hips distance apart. And we'll just find some gentle twists here. For 3, for 2, for 1. Now step those knees together, hands on your knees, little circles in one direction. And then we change direction. And then we'll open up our ankles. So starting with the toes on the top of the mat, we're just rolling those toes open in one direction. And we'll change direction, a tall spine. And last side, left foot to start on the tops of the foot, top of the toes. Maybe you stop right here and you've got enough sensation, or gently roll over the toes. So it may be uncomfortable the first few times you do this. It's so good though. It's opening up the fascia, moving the energy in the feet. Let's take that last revolution. Nice, and now we'll hug that right knee in towards our chest. Open up that ankle. Now keeping that left hand on the left hand on the right knee. We'll start with our right hand on our hip and take your eye gaze towards the side of your mat. Maybe extend that right hand behind you and gaze towards those fingers. You're standing tall, finding that balance. And we'll slowly take our eyes back towards the center. Let's extend our arms up towards the sky. Unhinge that foot, flex the foot and pulse. 5, 4, try not to lean back. We're breathing. 3, 2, we're going to Virabhadrasana 1. We bend that knee.
3.
Thank you. 3, he listens. Extend the hands in front, point through the toes. Thank you, Bill. Breathing here. Find that T position. So you're reaching and pointing through the hands and the toes for 3, for 2. Keep that leg. We're going to bend that knee, reach the arms back up, and find our way into our tree position. So right foot in the inner left thigh, hands at your heart. Pause and breathe, and we'll extend the arms up. Still breathing here. So let's lower our right hand towards our right knee. Fan those ribs open. Take that left arm over. So breathe into the left sides of the ribs. And you reach the right hand high. And we'll drop that left hand down. Fan those right ribs open. Nice. And we'll come back to center. Bring your prayer to your heart. Lift that knee. And lower it down to the floor. Both feet rooted. Let's release our hands, pause and breathe. And we'll come to the other side. So that left knee bends. Maybe find a few ankle openers. Right hand on that left knee. See if that foot can connect towards the left foot can connect towards the right leg. Starting with the left hand on my left hip, we just shift our gaze towards the side. Now maybe extend that left hand and play your edge with your eye gaze, maybe shifting your eyes towards the back of your space. Can you see your hand? If you fall out of the practice, just come back in. We'll slowly begin to shift our eyes back towards center. Now extend the hands out in front of us. Unhinge that left leg, flex the foot. We pulse 5 without moving the body. 4. Lift that leg a little higher. 3, 2, 1. We bend the knee. Virabhadrasana 3. Hands forward, toes towards the back of the space. We're breathing here. Notice if that left hip is lifting up, you want to close it towards the earth. A soft bend in that right knee. 2 more breaths. Finding that balance. Great. Now we ride that breath up. Left knee bends and find that foot in the inner arch, in the inner left, inner right thigh. Hands to heart center. Pause and breathe. Now we'll extend our arms up. And we'll take that left hand towards the left knee. Fan those right ribs open. Extend the hand high. We'll allow that right hand to come down towards the body. Find that bend, opening up those left ribs. Right hand reaches. We'll lower it to our heart. Take the leg to the mat, and we'll wipe the slate clean. A big breath in. Melt forward, Uttanasana. Halfway lift. Step into high plank. You've got 5 push-ups here. So you can take the knees to the floor or find the full push-ups. Take your time. Listen to your body. Last 2. Last 1. We come all the way down. Release the hands alongside the body. Let's take that left ear to the floor. Hands release. Big breath in. Let it out. Ah. Inhale. Ah. 1 more full breath here. We let it go. And take the opposite ear to the floor. Full breath in. Sigh it out. Ah. 1 more inhale. Coming back to neutral, let's extend our arms in front of us. So opposite hand is leg, right hand reaches. We extend those left toes in the back of our space and reach, warming up that lower back. Add a little more air in the body, find a little more length. We lower that right hand and left toes to the earth. Now left hand extends, right toes, right thigh off the mat. You can use that right hand as leverage to find a little more lift. We're breathing here, send that breath to the lower back. Take another breath in, a little more length. Now add the opposite arm and leg. Breathing here, taking flight. For 3, add a little more air. 2, don't know what the cats are doing. On 1, we release, ear to the floor, hands release, steady breathing. Back to neutral. We've done a lot of shoulder openers this morning. So we'll invite our fingers to interlace behind our backs. So we'll find our Shalabhasana. If your shoulders are tight, you can imagine that you're holding a strap, or if you have a strap or a hand towel, please use that now. The tops of the feet are root. We're just peeling our chest off the floor. Shake out the head. Lift the chest a little further. From here, maybe take the thighs off the floor. We open up our legs, then squeeze the toes together. For 5, we squeeze together. 4, we're breathing for 3, for 2, and 1, let it go. Take the opposite ear to the floor, pause and breathe. We windshield wiper those feet side to side. And just roll onto your backs. How's everyone doing, okay? Nice.
I can't talk. You got my mute.
I got thumbs up. Fabulous. I see lots of thumbs. So squeeze those knees in. And let's invite that forehead towards our knees again. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. And we'll find a happy baby before we do a little more back warm-ups this morning. So I'm finding the outer edge of my feet this time. Our knees are drawing towards the earth. Relax the face, maybe swallow. Warming up that spine, rocking it side to side. And we'll take the soles of our feet together, zipping up the toes, they match with one another. Elbows on the inside of those knees, draw those heels towards your inner groins. Relax your face, find that breath. And then we'll gently take the feet on the floor, setting up for our first bridge. We'll make it a moving meditation. We'll make it a rolling bridge. Simultaneously connecting the feet and hands, or the arms and the hips. So breath in, we lift the hips, the arms come overhead. Slow it down, synchronizing the hands and the back body to connect together. Let's breathe in, lift everything up. Eyes are bright. Exhale, slowly lowering it down. Imagine you have that brick. We want to charge those thighs. So 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, we lift those hips. Arms reach up overhead. Feel that gorgeous stretch. Then let it all relax. All the air out of the body. Hands on your belly. Knees touch. Lick your lips. Clean the teeth with your tongue. Maybe swallow a few times, relax your face. Let's open up our knees. Bridge number 2. We'll take this as a modification as well. You can always just stick with regular bridge. We'll start with spinning our palms up towards the sky and pinning our outer shoulders to the floor. So lift those hips up. Walk those shoulders underneath and support underneath your hips with your hands. Weight into that left foot. We'll extend that right leg up towards the sky. You can keep that leg where it is, or we find a hip version in this bridge by taking the right ankle on the left thigh and allowing that right knee to fall to gravity. You're engaging the muscles in the left leg. One more breath here. Now extend that right leg up and lower it down. Readjust your hands if you need to. Give those wrists a break if you want. Otherwise, weight into that right foot. We extend that left leg. This may be enough for you right here. The body's compensating. Or try bending that left knee, left ankle on the thigh. That left knee opens to gravity. Eyes are bright. Breath is steady. We'll extend that left leg. Nice, lower it down to the floor. Unwind the spine. Take your time. Beautiful. We'll allow those knees to kiss, both hands on that heart space. Breathing into that heart space. So one more. Your version of bridge or full wheel. We'll hold it 3 to 5 breaths. So when you're ready, I'll take full wheel, hands underneath your shoulders, Elbows hug in, feet and hands are flat. We come on the crown of the head, draw those elbows in, and press into our full wheel. Or if you're in that bridge position, squeeze those thighs together. Shake out that head if you're in full wheel. We've got another breath in. Complete that exhalation. Chin in, we unwind that spine. Take your time. Soles of the feet together, a hand on your belly, a hand on your heart. Supta Baddha Konasana. So take a full breath in. We're gonna flutter our lips. No one can see you. Let's do 3 more like that. Breath in. Last 2. Last one, inhale. Pause and breathe. We'll take our hands outside those knees. Now, if you have that brick, we're going to use the brick, or again, we can do this without the brick. We'll take those legs up towards the sky. We're going to squeeze the brick between our ankles, and we'll alternate. So let's start by taking the heels and the hands overhead, synchronizing this morning. We draw the legs up, take the brick, and slowly heels to the floor, hands overhead. Inhale. We'll take the brick to the center and slowly come down. So you can do this without the brick. This adds just a little more weight, allowing the body to compensate and open. For 3, for 2, and last one here. Just take that brick and take it to the side. We'll squeeze those knees in. Draw your forehead towards your knees, wrap your arms around the tops of your legs, stretch out that neck, head and shoulders on the floor, and we'll roll out that spine again. Three or 4 rocks into our boat. So start with just having our shins parallel to the floor, support underneath those knees. You can use the brick again here, just a different variation. A little shaking here for me. Tall spine. I'm squeezing that brick, maybe extending those legs for 3, for 2, on 1. Cross your ankles, hands by your hips. Again, we fake it till we make it. You lift those sits bones or take your feet on the floor and just imagine. Boat pose. Support or extend, lift the chest, find that breath. Audible breathing, Ujjayi breath. For 3, for 2, ankles cross on 1, we lift. And last, Navasana. Energetically hug those knees in. You're zipping up that core. Our bandhas, our root locks, maybe extending those toes. Eyes are bright, breath is steady. 3, for 2, ankles cross on 1, hands by your hips, lift, and let's release. Moving that flesh. Arms reach up overhead, and forward fold. Shake out that head one more time. Let's massage the arches of our feet. Give your toes a little love. Soften the face. And we'll inhale, lift the heart, take a bend in that right knee. Left hand extends, We take the elbow outside the knee and gaze over that right shoulder. Left foot is flexed, full breath in, find that length. Then we gently twist. Inhale and twist. One more breath here. We twist, come back to neutral. Just open up that knee, lift those hips. Opening up the front of the body, that left hand is reaching and spreading those fingers wide. And we slowly lower those hips down. Extend that right leg. Staff pose. So feet flex, hands are in line with your chest. So just flex those toes. Full breath in and melt forward. I'm softening my knees, melting through the heart. Imagining one day my forehead touching those toes. Giving those arches a little more love. We lift our hearts and bend that left knee now. We have that fist distance between the foot and that leg. Support behind the hip, extend the right hand. We'll bend the elbow outside the knee. From our lower abs, we twist. Flex the right toes, full breath in, and twist. We're breathing and twisting. I think Dawn's with her dad. Inhale, she can hear me. Her dad's in his 90s. We're twisting. We'll open up that leg, lift the hips, right hand up and over. We're breathing. And slowly lower down. Nice, we'll extend those legs. Reach your arms out in front. We'll slowly bring that back body to the floor. Take your time. Shoulders and head to the floor. Let's hug those knees in one last time. Those hands cactus out to the side. Use your core to drop the knees in one direction and just gaze over that opposite shoulder. Relax the jaw. And knees come back. We drop them in the opposite direction. Gaze is internal or soft. You can always take it over the opposite shoulder. One more full inhale. Exhale completes. Last time, the knees come back to center. And just allow those legs to come to the floor. Let's spin our palms up towards the sky. Let go of any control of breath. We'll open up our ears and just let go. Dancing awake our fingers and toes. Find that next full breath in. Maybe gently sigh it out. We'll bend both knees. Come to the side of the body, pausing here. Always the option to enjoy Shavasana a little longer. And from here, I invite you to a comfortable seated position, eyes soft or closed. And a quote this morning from Einstein. From the standpoint of daily life, there is one thing we do know, that we are here for the sake of each other. Above all, for those upon whose smile and well-being our own happiness depends, and also for the countless unknown souls with whose fate we are connected by a bond of sympathy. Many times a day, I realize how much my own outer and inner life is built upon the labors of my fellow men, both living and dead, and how earnestly I must exert myself in order to give in return as much as I have received. So bringing your hands to your heart center, bowing your forehead to the tips of your fingers, just acknowledging your practice this morning, this community. And we'll join our voices for one beautiful Om to seal this all in. So sip in that breath. Om. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I'll unmute you. Rabbit, rabbit. Howl at that full moon. So great to see some friends we haven't seen for a while. Brian Yates, Stacy, Nikki, Anna, David, Christina, Dawn's dad. All kinds of great friends. Who did I miss? Nikki, Sally, Kay, Celia, Becky, Poopy Pants, Stacy.
That's me.
Poopy Pants is Bill. But love you all. I miss you. I wish we could practice in a space. Hopefully next year.
Maybe we can do it outside, Amy.
Maybe we can do it outside. I want to see how that new hip is working, David.
Yeah, we can come over here or whatever. It would be fun to do that.
When that AQI is not 89 like it is this
Correct.
morning.
Correct.